Okay, so Wendy Williams was in an interview where she spoke on how her son was really the main reason why her accounts was frozen to begin with. Okay, and to be honest, I'm just gonna be honest. I know this not. I know it's not gonna sound right. I'm just saying, but in my humble opinion, um, I wasn't really surprised at all. Okay, I wasn't surprised at all. And another thing, I don't feel bad for her. Okay, now I know that sounds messed up, but to be honest, when you live the kind of life that Wendy Williams lived, um, exploiting, gossiping, spreading rumors, I know in a perfect world, we all want to think and say, for the most part, that's part of the job, that, that's how she made her money. But I can guarantee you, if you were in the other people's shoes, the people that she was speaking on, you probably wouldn't feel that much sympathy or empathy for her. You have to think of it this way, you know, kind of like the old saying goes, live by the sword, die by the sword. And Wendy's, just saying, in Wendy's case, her mouth was her sword. It destroyed the life of others. It destroyed opportunities. Um, in many cases, I'm trying to choose my words wisely. She humiliated people. Just to throw a couple of people out there, Judge Mathis, Whitney Houston, God rest her soul. The Kardashians have accused her of spreading lies before as well. Those are just three of many, people that, I didn't like how she was looking at Judge Lynn when she came on that show, the way she was looking at her up and down. Look at the episode when Judge Lynn came up there. Why are you looking at your guests up and down like that? And I'm pretty sure Judge Lynn clocked it. If she's one of those people that look at people out there, out her peripheral, I'm pretty sure she saw it. The way she was looking at her up and down. Wendy was very shady back in her day. Very shady. And unfortunately in life, the way things go is, what goes around comes right back around. You can't be shady to people and expect good luck. And sometimes, in life, we can reap all the benefits of, having our way, as some people would say, not getting karma, not getting things, back to us. But sometimes in life, it'll hit you in the very end. Some people, it hits them in the end, but some people get their karma in the afterlife, you know. But in Wendy's case, her karma, in my opinion, it knocked on her door right before she stepped onto that other side. Now, I'm not saying that this is the very end for her, but what I am saying is, you know, a lot of the people that she, gave a hard time in the tabloids, the press, on her TV show, whatever, she's, they're seeing her get her karma back right before her eyes. And to be honest, if I was one of those people, I wouldn't feel bad for her either. And I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, I put it this way, because I'm trying not to, say what I really want to say. There was a girl that I went to school with, one of many chicks that I went to school with, that she used to try to be funny towards me. She had no reason to act that way towards me, but she was doing it because a lot of other people, you know, it's kind of like, I'm gonna just jump on the bandwagon, right? So, I had a learning disability, right? I used to be ashamed of that. But as I got older, I realized it's really nothing to be ashamed of, because a lot of the people that used to call me slow, retarded, and things like that, I have seen them suffer in life. Not all, but majority. Um, I have seen them, go through things. A lot of them haven't made it as far as me, as far as schooling, education. So, kind of like I told a person the other day, you mocked me for my speech and called me slow, but at the end of the day, I can't be that slow because I'm more educated than you. So either I'm not as slow as you say I am, or you right in the boat with me as far as being slow. You see what I'm saying? So, and they shut right on up. But as far as this particular chick, she had no reason to be like that towards me. But, you're going to meet people in life that, they hear something, or, they think it's cool to jump on the bandwagon with everybody else. So long story short, she's around my age, and I'll just give you an example. One day we were in class, and I wasn't the best in math, and she shouted out in front of the class, "This dumb motherfucker," you know. And I kind of looked back, and she was like, "What?" So we got into it, and by that not being my first time getting in trouble, um I was suspended, and she basically got sent to ISS, and that was it for her. But because I was always fighting, because people thought it was cool to step to me, and then I got to show I'm not no slouch, I was always fighting. So that wasn't my first time getting in trouble, and she got off easy, right? So a lot of the times in school, she was one of those females that she could do something, and then her homegirls would, take up for her. Oh, she didn't say that. They would lie for her. So a lot of the times, she got away with doing things. So when I graduated high school, she was held back. I can't remember what happened. Something happened where she wasn't able to graduate in time, but I ended up graduating. So a lot of the people that I went to school with, I don't really see them anymore. You get what I'm saying? I relocated, and I didn't really see really anybody anymore, unless I was visiting the area, going to a store or something like that. Maybe basically, in a store or a grocery store or a mall or something like that. So, but outside of that, I didn't connect with those people. I don't club. I don't really, even when I was in high school, I didn't go to high school games or any of that. So I didn't really see those people outside of school, even when I was there. So long story short, she used to get away with saying little things, doing little things, because she had the people in her corner, her support system, that would cover for her. So long story short, I know I always say that, but she ended up, I found out through the grapevine, right? Um, Only because the lady that used to do my hair used to do her niece's hair. So I might have said that wrong. So the lady that used to do my hair, um, her aunt used to go to this same lady. So you know how somebody may share a post on social media that may say, "Send prayers for my niece, send prayers, she's sick." So it popped up on my timeline because the lady that used to do my hair, she ended up moving away, but she's still connected to this area. So she shared the post, and I remember I saw the post, and as I'm scrolling, I'm like, "Oh, that's Shorty girl from back in the day." So long story short, she has a blood disease. She has kidney failure. She has diabetes, heart failure. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. I was calling it out to my aunt the other night, and as I'm saying, she said that's a lot for somebody in their 20s to be battling, right? So, it's a couple of more things. I counted about six altogether. And I'm not mocking anybody's sickness, right? But the thing is, sometimes when you do things to people and you get away with it, people don't understand karma comes back in love, health, death, and wealth. Some people, their karma hits them back in their pockets. Some people, karmas come back and hit them in their love life, and they wonder why they keep kissing frogs. Some people, karma come back in death. It may not hit you. It may hit somebody you love. It could hit your relative, somebody that you love to pieces, and you keep watching them slowly deteriorate, and you're wondering why. Because, sometimes it don't have to hit you, it can hit your heart. It can hit somebody that you care about deeply. So the thing is, people don't understand. I understand you about getting your money, you're about getting your bag. You've made millions basically off of exploiting others, telling people's business, you know, um, but it's not cool. You don't know who homes you to wreck. You don't know who, could have been on the verge of offing their self. You don't know who, you doing this on the front end, but you don't know how people are suffering on the back end. Like I had to tell somebody the other day, a so-called relative, she was working a job, right? She was a manager, okay? And she told me how she was trying to, she was in the store, she was speaking to someone, and they didn't want to speak back. And see, I'm that person. The where I am at in life, I don't want to be bothered with nobody that used to give me a hard time back in the day. I won't even give you the satisfaction of acknowledging you because I feel like I've wasted enough breath. Right now, if you come in my face with bullshit, I'm going to give it right back to you. But if I can avoid it, I can avoid it. So, long story short, she was saying how she told the person that happened a long time ago. And if I speak, you should speak. And like I told her, I said, I don't know what's with people that give people a hard time and they feel like just because they speak, the other person's supposed to speak back. I don't know what type of self-entitlement bullshit that is, but it's crazy to me. But anyway, like I told her, for somebody to tell you that them working under you caused them so much damage emotionally and mentally that they had to go to therapy after working under you, do you really think that person want to be bothered with you? And she kind of paused. It goes to show how much she said, well, I didn't know she needed therapy. Exactly. That's how much you fucked her up in the head to the point where she needed therapy after working under you. She needed somebody to undo and unwork and untie that rope of trauma that working under you constantly twisted. It was a rope of trauma that, basically was tied to working under you, to the fact where she had to go get professional help to untie that shit. Do you think that's somebody that wants to be bothered with you? Even though she could have forgiven you, but the thing is, that's how much you fucked her up in the head. See, it goes to show people you doing it on the front end, but you don't know how much damage you causing on the back end. And see, that's the same thing for Wendy. You don't know who lives you have affected. So in return, your karma came back through the people that you love the most. Your son, your husband. Public humiliation for public humiliation. Public humiliation for the things that you've done. Public humiliation for your son. From your son, your husband. People that you love the most. It hit you from the people that you love the most. It hit you through your pockets. That's why your shit got frozen. It hit you in your love life. Not only from the man you love, but your son, your one and only son. And if I'm not mistaken, she only has one child. You had people in the magazine, on TV. Sometimes people were saying that they didn't even know you were going to blindside them like that. Judge Mathis got you, though. He got you. He won't take no shit off you. I'm not for black people. I'm not for any man. Black, white, yellow, orange. I'm not for any man that would try to come at a woman. I'm not. And when I say I'm not for any man, because I know there's people out here that say, oh, you only say that when it comes to black men. You only say, I'm not black, white, blue, orange, yellow, purple. Any man that would try to come for a woman, I'm not for it. But if you spreading lies on people's families, people's loved ones, people's children, whatever the case may be, he had a right to defend himself. because he can't go home and look his wife in the face and then she can say, "But babe, why did you let her tell them lies on her radio show? Why did you?" So I can understand him defending himself. Did it come off a little sassy? Just a little bit. But different people do things differently. Long as he wasn't hitting, spitting, or trying to murk somebody, he has a right to defend himself. You know how effed up that is to invite somebody on the show and blindside them with gossip? Not cool. Not cool. And so you had a history of doing malicious bullshit like that. So no, I'm not gonna say, oh my, like I see some people say, oh our auntie Wendy, oh poor Wendy. I'm not doing that bullshit. You want no saint? Ain't none of us a saint. But what you did was not cool, and you got away with it for so long. So that's why you are suffering the way that you did. I don't feel bad for nobody. I just gave you 2 examples with the situation with my cousin and the situation with one of the girls I went to school with. Somebody the hairstylist, I told the hairstylist, I'm like, hey, that's such and such. She was like, because I used to tell her, because she used to do my hair, I used to tell her about the things that I used to go through in school. And she's like, oh, that's her. I said, yeah, she was one of the ones that used to run with, the crew, the Mean Girl crew back in the day. And she said, oh, I would have never thought. Because, see, people, when you beef with people, they go back and tell their family what they want to tell them. They go back. She went home and told her mom and her daddy when they, asked why she was in ISS. She went back and told them what she wanted to tell them to make herself look innocent. And see, all her little homegirls gonna cover for her, see. Because corrupt people hang together. Corrupt people cover for corrupt people. It took me some time to, basically accept that and understand that. But corrupt people cover for corrupt people. So, nonetheless, no, I don't feel bad for her. No, I did not donate to her GoFundMe for her medical services and all that other bullshit. I mean, I'm not saying that's what she get, but people don't understand. You cannot treat people any kind of way and then expect it not to come back some type of way. I got sent home. I got suspended. I got disciplined when I got home. And the whole time, you started the bullshit. And you knew you was going to get away with it because you knew I had a history of getting in trouble. You knew you was going to get away with that shit. So it's kind of like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pick. So when she blows up, they're going to take my side anyway because she has a history of getting in trouble. You knew you was going to get away with it because you knew I had just came back from being suspended for fighting your cousin. So you knew that you was going to get away with it. And you expect me to feel bad for you? No, I don't. So, and the same for Wendy. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. Am I going to say that's what you get? No. But I don't feel bad. The end.